The Massachusetts real estate market just shifted, and if you are trying to buy or sell in Boston or Brockton right now, the old information is costing you. Here are the 5 numbers every buyer and seller needs to know about the 2026 market before they make a single move. Everyone has an opinion about where this market is going right now. Your uncle says, wait. Your coworker says, just buy anything. The news is talking about rate cuts that may or may not come. But here's the thing. None of those people are actually pulling data from the MLS in Boston every single day. But I am. So let me show you what the numbers actually say. I'm going to break down 5 key things happening in the Boston and Brockton real estate market right now. Number 3 is the one most people, buyers and agents, are getting completely wrong. You want to make sure you stick around for that one. Point number 1, Brockton is one of the last affordable doors open in Greater Boston. So let's start with Brockton, because what I'm about to tell you is something the mainstream real estate media is not talking about nearly enough. In 2015, there were 57 cities and towns in the Greater Boston with a median single-family home price under $500,000. Today, in 2026, there are exactly 3: Brockton, Halifax, and Wareham. Think about what that means. Brockton is one of the 3 doors still open for buyers who want to get into Greater Boston without spending $1 million. That is not a liability, that is a strategic advantage. As of early 2026, the median sales price in Brockton is sitting around $485,000, which is up about 2% year over year. Price per square foot has gone up 7% in the last year alone. So yes, it's still accessible, but the window is not getting wider, it's actually getting narrower. Boston proper, the median is around $806,000. The Greater Boston Metro, we're looking at prices trending above $800,000. The Massachusetts state median is sitting at $651,500. Brockton is one of the 3 towns still holding the line under $500,000. That is the number you need to understand before anything else. Number 2, Boston median is down, but don't read that wrong. Now, Boston proper shows a median sales price around $806,000 in February of 2026. And that's down about 5.7% from February of last year. But before you run with that headline and say this market is crashing, I really want you to stop, because here's what the numbers actually mean. Boston is a neighborhood by neighborhood market. If you know, you know. Fewer sales happened in February, 222 closings versus 268 the same month last year, meaning the mix of what sold has shifted. We are not seeing prices collapse. We are seeing product mix change. For context, single-family homes in Boston averaged $1.3 million in 2025, which was up 15.7% over the prior year. The highest sale, $21 million in Back Bay. The lowest sale, $375,000 in East Boston. That range tells you everything. Boston is not one market. It's 23 different micro markets inside of one zip code cluster. If you're a buyer watching Boston, the window is narrowing, but there is more negotiation room than we've seen in 3 or 4 years. You need strategy. This is not the market to just throw offers at. Number 3, the one most people get wrong, okay? For the last 2 years, a significant number of buyers have been in a full pause mode, waiting for the rates to drop back down to 3%. And I understand that. When you've seen 2.8%, a 6.5 rate feels painful. But here's the thing. Those 3% rates are not coming back. They're not coming back. Experts are projecting rates to average around 6.1% for 2026. That is the new baseline. The market has accepted it, sellers have accepted it, and the buyers who accepted it 18 months ago, they're already building equity. Meanwhile, what did home prices do? While everyone was waiting, what happened? They went up. Brockton prices have risen nearly 5% year over year. So if you waited 12 months thinking you would save on a lower rate, you may have actually lost your ground on the purchase price. Now, I'm not saying jump in without a plan. Please don't do that. I'm saying the strategy of wait for the perfect rate needs to be replaced with what is the right home at the right price in the right location for my actual life. That is a completely different conversation, and it's one we need to have with real numbers, not hypotheticals. Number 4, inventory is still critically low. If there is one consistent theme across every data source, every market report right now, it is this: inventory is tight and it's not getting dramatically better this year. Buyers are still receiving an average of 3 offers on homes in Brockton before their offers accepted. Homes are sitting for about 40 days on the market, 9 days longer than just a year ago. But don't let that fool you. That extra time is the market normalizing, not collapsing. The starter home in Greater Boston has effectively vanished. That is not me saying it. That is Boston Indicators, one of the most respected housing research organizations in the region. The Affordable Homes Act passed, but a construction wave has not materialized from that. ADUs could help over time, but we are not seeing the supply flood like some people had hoped for. So what does this mean for you? As a buyer, you still need to move with strategy and speed. Pre-approvals are non-negotiable. You need them. At J. Brown Realty, we do not take clients to see homes without a pre-approval letter. That is a full stop. Going in without one in this market is setting yourself up to lose, and I will not let that happen. As a seller, low inventory is working in your favor. Well-priced homes, well-prepared homes are still attracting strong buyer interest. If your home is sitting, the problem is strategy, not the market. Number 5, real estate has a new set of rules. Let's get into it and talk about those rules. This is especially important if you have not bought a home since 2023 or earlier. Real estate changed in August of 2024. New NAR rules went into effect nationwide. Here is what that means on the ground in Massachusetts. Number 1, you need to sign a written buyer's agreement before an agent takes you out to tour homes. This is the new standard, not because agents are trying to lock you in, but because the rules now require us to establish our compensation relationship in writing upfront. Transparency is actually a good thing here. Number 2, buyer's agent compensation is fully negotiable. It is no longer built into the MLS listing the way it used to be. When you come to me, we talk about how I get paid, what that covers, and what your options are. This is a conversation you should be having with any agent that you work with. Number 3, more important than ever, work with someone who is active in this market every single day, not someone who does 2 deals a year on the side. The rules changed, the market changed, the negotiation dynamics changed. Experience and current market knowledge matter more right now than they ever have. Let me give you a real example of what playing this market right now looks like. I had a seller client who her home was on the market with another agent and it expired. It sat, it did not sell. She was frustrated and ready to give up on the whole thing. She came to me. We did not just relist it, we built a game plan. We looked at the data for her specific neighborhood, repositioned the price based on what was actually moving in the market, not the market from 2 years ago. We refreshed the presentation and relaunched with a strategy. She closed and she relocated happily. The difference between sitting and selling is not always the home. It is almost always the strategy. On the buyer side, the clients I have seen struggle the most are the ones who waited without a plan. They watched prices go up. They watched the home they wanted sell to someone else. Then they came to me 6 months later, ready to move, working with a higher price point in the same rate environment they were trying to avoid in the first place. The clients who actually won, the ones that got pre-approved, the ones who got fully underwritten, they had a real number. They understood what the market was doing in their specific price range, and they moved when the right home showed up. That's it. Strategy first, always. So here's the bottom line of the 2026 Boston and Brockton real estate market. Brockton is one of 3 towns left in the Greater Boston under $500,000. The window is not open forever. 2, Boston's numbers require context. The headline does not tell the full story. And 3, waiting for 3% rates is not a strategy. Rate reality has landed. And number 4, inventory is tight and it's staying tight. Pre-approvals and preparedness are non-negotiables. 5, the rules changed in 2024. Make sure whoever you work with knows how to operate in the new landscape. Now, if you're thinking about buying or selling in Eastern or Southern Massachusetts, or you're relocating to this area, I want to talk to you. Not a sales call, but a strategy session. Real information without all the fluff. Just clarity on what your next move actually looks like with real numbers behind it. So head to the description in this video or on my YouTube channel and book your free strategy session today. You can also get my free buyer and seller guides if you're planning to make a move in 2026. The link is in the description. And if this video helped you, drop a comment and tell me, are you a buyer, a seller, or just keeping an eye on things? I read every single comment. Subscribe if you want market updates like this every single week. I'm Valencia Jacobs Brown. I'm the broker and owner of J. Brown Realty right here in Brockton, Massachusetts. I'll see you in the next one.